Just before I introduce the mayor, please shut off your cell phones so they're either on silent or vibrate. Thank you. Mr. Mayor, you can.
The floor is mine.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And good evening, everyone. Good evening. This is budget presentation number 26. And I must say, in 26 years, a very different budget presentation with very different circumstances. And there are some of us who are not surprised, by the way. But I guess things come full circle, and here we are. In any event, good evening to the members of the Board of Aldermen, Board of Apportionment and Taxation, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, your attention is drawn to the state legislature and the governor's budget. Shelton has long enjoyed a history of fiscal stability with a mill rate that has attracted new residents, new businesses, new jobs, while earning state and national praise as the most affordable Connecticut community. Budgets have always been a challenge, but this one defies logic and common sense. The governor has proposed to the Connecticut State Legislature a serious financial municipal realignment based on his plea that municipalities share in the state financial pain. For Shelton, he has proposed a reduction of $3.8 million in ECS money, and that Shelton absorb an additional $3.8 million in unfunded teacher pension cost, and the state share of special education costs be based on a 5-year spending history. And historically, Shelton and other municipalities around our state have never been reimbursed at the rate that the law requires. One only needed to read my budget messages over the last 26 years to appreciate the financial quagmire that the state is now facing. 2 years ago, Governor Malloy said that he would not sign a budget that balanced the backs of educations or the municipalities. And I quote from the governor, "The governor's proposal represents a serious financial disruption for Shelton and many other Connecticut municipalities. When will the state budget be set? What level of state funding will the legislature adopt? Will teacher pension cost payments now be legislated onto the backs of municipalities? These unknown factors cause many major issues when setting local budgets because of their impact on municipalities who have limited revenue-raising sources. The governor and the state legislature has placed our state in an untenable situation that cannot be resolved in the short term. Simply passing these operational costs on without making structural changes to the way Connecticut provides services to its residents is not only wrong, but a premeditation to deception. This tactic, if left in place, will accelerate the state's downward spiral. So that no one may be misled, my position is clear. The state is responsible for K through 12 education costs. That is in our Constitution. The governor is legally and irresponsibly trying to pass those state costs onto municipalities. Teacher pension costs are the responsibility of the state, per state law. The state legislature needs to finalize its budget in a timely manner to allow municipalities time to accurately and fairly set their budgets. For these reasons, my proposed budget will reflect what is currently in place. In other words, funding levels will remain the same as this current year. While Shelton has once again experienced good grand list growth for the 26th consecutive year, something not many other Connecticut municipalities can match. The possibility of having to make up more than $7 million leaves us all wondering when and how the state legislature will resolve the issues that plague our state, financial health, and now threaten Connecticut municipalities. By charter, I am required to present my budget to the Board of Aldermen and the Board of A&T no later than March 22nd. Otherwise, I would have waited until the legislature finalized the state budget. However, nothing prohibits me from making recommendations throughout your budget deliberations if and when additional information becomes available. I am proposing a budget for fiscal year 2018 on current revenues and expenditure levels of $123,331,031. It will result in a mill rate of 22.21. I remind you that the Shelton budget process culminates with the adoption by the Board of Aldermen at the end of May. It is my hope that the state legislature will finalize their budget plans prior to that time so that more accurate numbers will be available to you. Historically, the majority political party in Hartford has adopted the state budget. And this year, with the state Senate tied, constituent pressure could force a positive change. Citizens must demand that the legislature reject the governor's intrusive proposals and change the law to allow municipalities to continue doing what they do best, providing local constituent service within their ability to pay. State mandates and underfunded intrusions into local affairs removes from municipalities local rule, which has served the people of Shelton and Connecticut so well for so many years. The irony is that reducing Shelton's ECSE grant by $3.8 million and asking us to pay another $3.8 million for teacher pension costs does not solve the teachers' unfunded pension problem. Only a change in this state-created law can accomplish that. Unfortunately, leaving this issue in limbo is unfair to our teachers and only adds for more future uncertainty. The fact that there is not enough local ECS grant money left to resolve the unfunded teacher pension problem, so what will the legislature tax next? I and other bipartisan municipal leaders have warned the governor and the legislature for years about underfunded state mandates, about spending beyond their means, about decreasing municipal ECS aid, about depressed economic conditions resulting in lost jobs and underemployment, about excessive state bonding, about restrictive state business regulations, about not fully reimbursing us for excess special education costs, about a colossal state debt, about taxes, and more taxes, along with onerous regulations year in and year out, which makes Connecticut less competitive and increases the municipal burden. And finally, that Connecticut must get a handle on education mandates. As an example, in 1991, Shelton's student enrollment was 6,700 pupils, and the budget was $11,300,000. And in 2016, student enrollment has dropped to 4,900, down 1,800 students, not insignificant. And the education budget has ballooned to just $72 million, up some $60 million. I realize that this is a new day and era, but this is just unsustainable, especially when our tax base continues to exit the state. Businesses continue to leave. People with wealth, because of the estate tax, become residents in other more affordable states. Our youth, upon graduation from college, go elsewhere because of job opportunities that are not here, or they can't afford to live here. The time is now for Shelton and other Connecticut municipalities to take a stand by opposing these costly mandates, oftentimes providing no benefit other than to cost us all more money in taxes. We need to make our voices heard based on facts, and I urge everyone to support our effort in this year's budget process in an orderly and sensible conclusion, and that starts by making your voice heard in Hartford. I thank you for your attention, and I look forward to this lengthy deliberation as we await what the state's fate will pass on all of us. Thank you.